I'm just getting it set up. This is gonna be a really quick live. We're in the middle of a winter storm. It literally a good old winter mix. Don't worry, I'm cry about it. That's not what I'm on here for. Oh, come on, phone, tell me now. So look, I was watching Miss D's story just now, okay? And the tree trimming company name, it triggered a memory from me that I gotta share, okay? Um, so just bear with an old lady for a minute. Oh, I hope y'all can hear me. Let's see, did I get the volume up? It, y'all, I'm shook by it. It's just I'm gonna. I hope D. I hope you don't get mad at me. I need to play a little bit of your video for context, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna tell this story real quick while I'm getting my bag packed and getting dressed. I'm probably not gonna be able to go live after I leave, but it's good in a way. Due to the weather, I'm going to stay at a friend's that has roof and walls and heat and shit. Okay, so that's why that I have to hurry. I can't keep them waiting. It's a snowstorm. It's a ride, and when they get here, I got to be ready to go straight up. So, uh, let me just rewind.
Just give you an idea where we're at.
I need to get before the tree truck.
I'm at the staging grounds.
Okay, hold on. Just bear with me. Okay. This is Miss D's video, Tree Company in Beach Creek, Tennessee, on June the 17th, 2021. I don't even know, I can't remember if I even monetized. If I did, and D wants me to demonetize, I will. Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm shook. So, and I know I've said that 18,000 times already, but that's because it's just, okay, listen, just let it play. And I have a story to tell, and I need to get it out. So we got just without further ado. Ugh. Socks, as I can't find my socks. I hope y'all can hear it. It ain't saying it yet.
With Kingsport Times News, and I'm at the staging grounds.
Bobo's not very articulate tonight.
This is the Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist Church. I just wanted to give you an idea of the territory, the grounds that they're covering here. This is the command post, command center, where they've been since Tuesday evening. And
let's see if I can get it climbing.
So from there, this is Beach Creek Road. This is basically the end of Beach Creek Road on the way to Sullivan County line. And I'm going to give you an idea of the terrain, the territory, the distance that we're talking about. The command post, the Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist Church on Beach Creek Road. That's where we just pulled out of. Now we're going about 45 miles an hour, and you'll see what the terrain looks like and how far it is to the Ben Hill Road area where Summer Wells was missing and where the rescue efforts are taking place. They had to make their command post at that church. We started at the command post at the Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist Church on Beach Creek.
Thank you, Miss Daddy.
Watching D True Crime Commentary.
Okay.
I tried to get a picture of this tree.
Okay, y'all. As soon as this part right here is over, story time, because I got to get it out before my ride gets here. They're impatient, and I don't blame them. We're, like I said, a mixed bag. That we make it to our destination safely at the end of this broadcast, because I'll probably be able to hurry up and come on. Because I'm long-winded, but y'all probably know that shit by now. So listen, D is about to talk about a tree company and what their thing looks like in Tennessee. Now, I live in North Carolina, and the story I'm going to tell you, I was about Summer's age or 1 to 2 years older. So I'm going to let D explain that, who this is and whatnot. And then I'm going to tell you my story. And, I'm triggered. Okay, that's all. I'm triggered. And I need to share it. I feel in my spirit it's relevant. Okay?
tree trimming truck, but I could see what was on this side of it. But I Googled it. It says a tree
Go,
trimming
Misty.
company with white trucks with green and yellow trim in the Rogersville, Tennessee area is like an Asplund Tree Expert Company. Asplund is a large tree care company that frequently uses white trucks with green and yellow trim logos for its tree trimming and removal services, especially for utility line trimming. White trucks with green and yellow trim are a common feature of their fleet. They provide tree trimming, removal, and line clearing services. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
I can't stop because.
Now I'm just gonna pause and let you have that as a background real quick, okay? Can somebody just let me know if yes you can hear me before I be an idiot, and because I don't want to tell this twice, and I don't have time to do it, and it's important. Okay. Growing up near our people house, there was a like a everybody burger joints, Wendy's, McDonald's, and a soda pop shop like Woolworth counter, kind of combined. Best way to tell you. Tasty Freeze. They had ice cream cones, which was hand dipped. They had the soft serve. They dipped them in the stuff, made banana splits and stuff. Had the best barbecue burgers, biscuits and gravy in town. Did a little bit of everything. Like they even had pinto beans and stuff. Not. Sometimes you could even get a liver and onions plate. So I heard. I don't eat that crud. My mother loved it. Yuck. Anyway. There were 2 locations in my town and one in the town next door. I told you they was doing well. They expanded. Anyway, they're all shut down, I think, now. But anyway, I digress. I want to say it was lunchtime or early dinner, okay? But we're in line, we've ordered. I cannot remember if we were getting our food or if I was getting my ice cream. Nanny and Pop was with. I knew I was getting ice cream. It was just what and when. You know what I mean? So anyway, a Splenda, or however you say it, I always thought looked like spinach to me growing up. Little kid thing. Okay. And it was partly because of the truck design. Ours were orange with like a black charcoal navy logo. And their guys wore shirts that were bright orange with that same logo. I remember the dude's face and everything and what he's wearing and all that. I'll never forget. Kind of like that incident where I saw the cross burning. We are in Tasty Freeze, and me and Pops, and I can't remember who else was there. I just remember my grandpa and me up at the counter. And in my mind, we're on the side next to the ice cream thing where you hand dipped it. Anyway, I hear a commotion and I go looking. And long story short, the dude in the Splenda shirt and ball cap that I always noticed, always sitting around, never with nobody, never said a word. And I mean, just one of the things, he gave me that feeling, that creepy creeperton feeling, And maybe it's because he's by himself, whatnot. I remember he had a mustache, kind of a Magnum PI stash, but a little on the thicker, not well kept side. And if you've ever seen the movie Tombstone, take Kurt Russell's character in Tombstone and mix him with Magnum PI. That's kind of the dude. Height, everything. Wearing jeans and the t-shirt. And I believe cowboy boots. I remember they were clunky. No, they were like ropers. Combination of Timberland work boot and cowboy boot that had the little fringe on the toes. I remember him coming in there bleeding, looking pretty fucked up, asking for somebody to call an ambulance, and everybody kind of just turned their back. And I remember taking Paul's shirt, and I'm not reading the comments, you guys, I apologize. I remember tugging at Pop's shirt and asking him, Pop, what's wrong? Ain't we supposed to help that man? God says we supposed to help that man. Paul said, "Oh, listen, we gonna mind our business. God's God's done this. Something I can't, I can't remember the word as a kid, but in my mind, he said that God beat him up. So, being that I was a girl and uh, an only child, an only grandchild, I was pretty sheltered. So they tried to talk about certain stuff in front of me. But being that I paid attention to Nanny and her friends, the hotline, I was good at ear hustling. And long story short on this one, uh, as I remember it, we're going to say allegedly and in my opinion, apparently this dude had a history of messing with children. On the record, um, and allegedly, the company, as spinach, like I told you, reminds me of the word spinach, that the same one D is talking about in Tennessee. This is North Carolina. Uh, allegedly, he did not lie on the paperwork, and they knew about it. Yeah, hired him anyway. Because basically he wasn't in direct contact with people, type thing. And his charges were diddling children. And he this is again when they talked about Beach Creek Justice. What I'm about to say was what I thought they meant by Beach Creek Justice, but apparently it's supposed to be Bitch Creek Justice. And I said it, and if I piss people off, so be it. Because what happened, that I thought y'all was talking about the app. Sorry about, I'm trying to fix the phone. It was falling. Uh, the mountain people justice. Like I grew up with. Like I said, Pop ran moonshine and shit. We was mountain folk. My grandparents had an outhouse. I was born in 72. What in the heck have I done? I was born in 72, and they had an outhouse till I was like whatever, and it got burnt down type ish. Anyway, my whole point is the kind of justice I'm about to talk about is what I thought that people, Jody Sue and all these people that was talking about Beach Creek Justice, that's what I thought they meant. Not covering up for criminals, especially criminals that diddle children, that hurt children in any way, shape, or form. Are you bullshit kidding me? And if somebody takes up for me saying I misunderstood and to me it's a bitch creek, oh fucking well. What happened to Summer? I bet she got her feelings hurt or other things a hell of a lot more than they did. So what I got told was the reason that the daddy knew that this guy had a past history of it and that the company knew, allegedly, in my personal opinion, was because the daddy and the uncles whooped the motherfucker ass in the parking lot because he touched the little girl. That's what I thought y'all meant by Beach Creek Justice. Oh, the sheriff was coming, but they wasn't fast enough. Like somebody that asked me about helping them bond somebody out because that somebody hurt their nephew. Do you think they was throwing them a welcome home party? They probably did have cake for them. Yep, probably did. Probably was going to take them snipe hunting, in my opinion. That's what I thought they meant. But for some reason, and y'all can say it's a whatever, and people will, I'm sure. But for some reason, that account stuck with me. You know, that feller disappeared. He'd been around for a while, lurking, creepy creeperton. In my opinion, peeping in windows, because I thought I had seen something, but I wasn't sure because I was a kid. You don't listen to what kids say. You don't listen to what kids say. But what I do listen to in Summer's case is Jody Sue kept harping on the tree people, didn't she? The land, the truck they found and searched that led them to the land belonged to a tree trimmer that somehow, holy shit, it's related to Andy and Fred. Are you shitting me? Is somebody playing tricks on me? We're back around to Andy and Fred again. And do y'all remember somebody in my chat had said Jody Sue ain't never lied? And I said, I don't know. If that's the truth, if she ain't never told a lie, Andy, you need to be practicing suitcasing and getting you a good lie lawyer because she said you gave kids rugs. She sure did. Sure did. That's enough. I don't gotta even say nothing else. She said that because listen, I don't want you that much. And the fact that I don't want you that much and I know that. The thing about the tree trimmers though, like no more than I watch her. Every time I dipped in, up until probably maybe 6, 8 months ago, year ago, we'll say a year ago. Every time I popped in, she kept saying the dogs and the tree trimmers was the keys. Am I wrong? Please, God, tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. But I'm saying for at least the first 3 years that Summer was gone missing, the and the tree trimmers were the keys. Now, if I look at her when her hair was all shorter, when she's talking about going to the woods with no sense and being quiet, key, come if you dare, during that time frame, that's when she hated kids and something about smell of babies. By the way, the smell of babies thing, I don't think, I'm not her biggest fan, y'all. But I got to say, I don't think she was talking about that she liked the smell of dead babies. Y'all saying what everybody says, and it's well known that babies have their own little smell, and it's so precious and innocent and sweet. Which is why it pisses me off that these bastards is out here roaming around. If you do it, you ought to get the old school become a monk. Or what was is it a eunuch? That's it, a eunuch. Bet you, if that punishment fit the crime, that the stats on that would drastically change. Drastically. Drastically. See, and Don, how are you going to not be a person of interest / suspect? How are you not? You were talking about your stepsister, right? And she was younger than Summer was when Summer went missing. And you said she enticed you. So that would mean Summer could entice someone. Trigger warning. Trigger. And I go back to, is that the mentality of old dude I'm talking about? Because, oh my God, y'all, I wish I could get a picture of this guy. If you take Don Wells and give him reddish brown hair and mustache and about 25 years younger, yo, maybe 15 pounds heavier. Instead of the, I guess, mullet or whatever that is he's got right now, give him a bowl cut, kind of shaggy bowl cut. Like Shaggy, Scooby and Shaggy. Haircut like that. Sure enough. And I can see the guy vividly. But yeah, he got the shit beat out of him. And most likely, to keeping a man with y'all. Most likely he got run/burnt out of town. I'm just telling you. And told goodbye unless you want your R speed every day. Because even after that happened, that company allegedly, in my opinion, didn't terminate that employment or that particular position. So either they wanted a man drugs or they didn't care or they supported those actions. And there were, as I understand, they're not really, uh, something occurred in this area, and I don't mean just my town, in like, the foothills/mountain area of North Cackalack. And they're really, I don't think they got their contracts renewed for like Duke Power and stuff because the way it kind of works around here and in many counties going from here on upward is the city municipality and the county municipality buy electric from Duke Power and resell it to their customers. They pay Duke Power to install stuff and work on stuff for them as well. Um, One of those kind of things. So, yeah, it's a lot. Okay. I just wanted to kind of put that out there. If y'all think it's a nothing burger and it meant nothing, that's okay. Again, if everybody will recall, my channel originally was, my first live and everything was dedicated to supporting survivors. So, at the very minimal, it's a story of one young, because this little girl was like 4 years old, one young survivor that definitely achieved some form of justice. I know dude did get arrested. I know it was in the papers and everything. It was a lot. Um, there were a whole long, in my opinion, there was a whole long list. And I remember gossip, and I'm stating this emphatically, this is opinion and gossip only. In my opinion, as a young child, remembering what I remember and the whisperings going on and whatnot, that company kind of wasn't welcome because they seemed to have people with a lot of similar backgrounds and traits. Take that how you will. And that's kind of what triggered or was very triggering to me when I saw Dee's video, to the point that I went to come and say, hey, you know, where I live in North Carolina is right off the highway that takes you into Tennessee. Um, the Helene and the big mountainside, that was a huge, there's Bone Mountain and several other mountains in the area, Green Mountain. We still have wireless antennas and stuff that may never be rebuilt, that aren't fully functional. Um, it's just a lot. And we share a lot with that area of Tennessee. I don't know that people realize that. It used to all be one state at one time, you know. So I don't know. I apologize if I offended anybody. I apologize if anybody thinks that it wasn't worthy content. I felt somehow led to share that experience, that information, based on what was coming out currently in Summer's case. It's firsthand account. It's not hearsay. Um, it's not, I mean, we're talking probably around 81 to 83. That's how long ago I'm speaking of. I'm sure the color scheme on the trucks will probably verify that. Um, so that's, you know, all I'm saying. I do apologize again for any offense wasn't meant. That's another thing I'm talking about. What was just said by Make sure I say the right name. Marjorie 54. That's, I agree. That's another thing that I was like, yeah, to the case. I don't know how else to explain it. But I mean, to Summer's case and why I feel led to share that. It just, I've noticed just like where RSOs live, and SOs, accused SOs, seem to live, where they seem to shop, where they seem to go golf or work. Birds of a feather seem to flock together in those spaces. Does that make sense to anybody? You know, I'm not trying to accuse nobody of nothing. I just notice patterns. Patterns are something that seems to jump out at me. Patterns. And I'm seeing a lot of patterns coming forth right now. Like some shit that was stated in the comments section and by other people early on in the case within the first 6 months, we'll say. Especially Facebook comment section. People scared people and they went into hiding and they quit talking and things got deleted. But I remember something about a big ass farm down the hill, down the road, somehow it was stated in the holler over that had they said hog farm. And it was huge. I remember that. What the insinuation was or where it was supposed to be, we'll never really know the truth because the poster was scared into hiding before they could say anything. Just like any of us creators that didn't want to spin whatever narrative was the right narrative at that moment in time, just like we were. You don't think that somebody that has money to throw around to make somebody be, if a creator's getting paid enough in super chats, cash apps, and super stickers that they can give another creator, and I know this is true. I saw the Cash App PayPal. They can send another creator, and I'm not talking about Libby before somebody says I am. They can send another creator that's holding down that one particular live stream with them almost $4,500. Bullshit. I didn't make that in a year of YouTube. The most, I'll just be straight proof what I'm about to say. The most check from YouTube. What he was, I think, I think it was either $613 or $622 and some change. Keeping it a man. And that was my first check. And it had like 9 months on it, or however long it took me to get monetized. If that makes sense to anybody. Um, when you first get monetized and then you get your first check from YouTube, it's everything you've earned since the day you were monetized. And like, you don't get monetized. This is the thing with the Whitakers that irks my soul because the people that are pushing this narrative of y'all, they know better. And then keep it 100. Yeah, they owe you for it. I'm not saying they don't owe the Whitakers for the time. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is they act like you get monetized in June and in July you catching a check. It don't work like that. Just telling y'all the truth. Like I got monetized and it was like 3 months before I got my first check. It's either 2.5, 3 months, something like that. Because part of getting monetized is they send you this thing in the mail and I can't remember what you do. It's like you literally check a box and punch a number or some shit and mail it back or whatever, just to prove that you actually physically live at the address that's connected to the account and you're a real person, not a robot. And you have to license and stuff after you do that. You have to fill out tax forms and have those current. You have to have a form allowing you to get a direct deposit. It ain't no simple little overnight process, I'm telling you. And that's what pisses me off because every one of these assholes that's out here that's monetized doing the Whitaker do, well, in July they got a check. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Maybe in August they got the first check. And once you get the first check, if you break that $100 threshold, oh, you catch them on the regular. I'm sure. I've been told by other creators. I wouldn't know. The most I ever got in a row was 3. I have no problem telling it. And that one that was 600 was significantly more than any of them. It takes me, on the average, 5 months to get that $100 threshold to catch a paycheck. Just keep it a minute. Now the Whitakers are not having that issue. They're having hundreds of thousands of views to millions of views per video on that channel. So it's not having that issue. But to just firmly state they got paid the next month after they got monetized. No, no, you can't say that. Now they may have. I'm not saying they did not. I'm saying there is a good likelihood, based on my personal YouTube monetizing experience, that they got monetized in June, that it was August or September when the first check came. Now, were they paid from the day they got monetized in June up until then? Absolutely. Does YouTube pay a month in arrears? Yup. Yup. So when I get paid by YouTube on the 21st through the 26th of whatever month, it's going to include the previous month. Let's see, no. Yeah, the previous month and everything before that I hadn't got paid for yet. Like I said, it takes like 5 months, on the average. Sometimes it's been longer, sometimes it's been shorter. The average. I have no problem telling my truth on that one. Shoot. Ain't no shame in that. YouTube pays everybody ad revenue. But I wanted to ask, and please let me know in the comments after this live stream is ended, to let me know, do you guys want kind of one long live stream for all the newcomers to Summer's Case to do like a little, story up till today? Or do you think it should be like maybe a 2 or 3-part live stream? One where we could establish things before what all was going on the day of, and the day before that little perfect storm, and the aftermath. Just let me know. I want people to think about it. And honestly, let me know in the comments. I, like Michelle Walks, I have a terabyte. I think it's 1 terabyte, it may be 2, external hard drive. Thank you to our Sunshine Granny. She sent that to me early on in Summer's Case. And that hard drive, I have it. I have a lot on it. And it's almost full. And it is devoted just to Summer Wells. Just to research materials and documents and papers and a lot of property stuff. A lot of the stuff, some of it you're supposed to live in Tennessee. Newsflash. The people that got it for me, hot darn, Tennessee. They walked right in there and got it and sent her to me snail mail or through Staples through email. Gosh darn. Those meddling kids. Oh, yeah. And here's another little snippet to end with. For all the little comments, uh, two things actually. For all the little comments certain people make, somebody was in the live stream last time just hip hopping around. And gosh darn, Nanny used to say a bit dog or holler or scurry away. This didn't holler, she just scurried off to oblivion. She became Casper, the disappearing ghost. All that mouth. See, they can be keyboard warriors in the comment section, not during live stream most of the time. And you know, at least in the live stream, they're talking to a person they think, and it's happening. They get something said back to them, you know, in real time. You know, they might have a little bit of kindness, but when you can't say nothing during a live stream. You can talk all kind of shit about me, but when I say something about you and don't even call you directly, nobody still knows who I'm talking about. It amazed me. That told me a lot about character and a word fortitude, maybe, you know, loyalty, trustworthiness, all them kind of things. By the way, if I was guilty of doing the rugs that same said individual likes to insinuate, I wouldn't blow my nose, stupid. My nose wouldn't look like freaking Rudolph on with my lips. Welcome to the winter. I have had acute chronic bronchitis, virgin pneumonia and stuff. It kind of all goes together with allergies, sinus issues. If I was doing those, I've been doing them since I was about 4 or 5 years old. When Dr. Lane was still alive, and he did house calls. I know somebody will say I'm a liar, but he did. And just thinking about it, he delivered me too. But anyway, family doctor, not at the house though. He didn't do it at the house. But um, I don't want people like that around me. I don't. Um, to me, that's kind of weak and cowardly. And to make defamatory comments about somebody that grandchildren and great grandchildren can read when you don't know what the hell you're even talking about speaks volumes to me personally, and I'm allowed to have my opinion on my channel about the person, you know? And people can say that about my actions and my words as well. Please understand, it's a two-way street. That's the problem with a lot of people nowadays that call themselves Christians but talk shit and read somebody the riot act, you know what I mean? Like, did y'all forget judge not lest ye be judged? And I'm a Christian. I am a newborn in it. I'm a teenager. I'm in my rebellious stage, I guess. That being said, I'm learning. I will make mistakes. I am human. What I will try to do and what I intend to succeed in doing in Jesus' name is I intend to learn and not repeat mistakes. And I want to someday be that shining light, that beacon, that hope. Because look where I came from. Look what I have been through. And even in my darkest hour, when my child passed away, I was angry. I was. I own it. I was angry at God. I told God I was angry at Him. I didn't understand. Sometimes I still don't understand. I'm a work in progress. Please understand that. Sometimes I still don't understand, though, why I'm still here. I'm old. I'm not worth shit. My baby was young and vital and hadn't even had a child and was a good hearted person. He was amazing. He was a Shriner, one of the dominators. Yes. And proud and happy to be a Christian. I had the baptismal certificates and diplomas and certain stuff that I want fixed up together to pass down to Jeremiah because that's my son's legacy now as well. That's my legacy. But that's now my son's legacy. Is he didn't have a child of his own, and they did get to meet each other. And gosh knows, there's some similarities that will knock your socks off. I want to be an example for Jeremiah and other Jeremiahs out there, other Nitas out there. I want them to know that you don't got to walk into church with a big Easter bonnet and shiny dress and shoes and purse. He said, come as you are. You don't got to dress like that for God to love you and to welcome you. You don't got to speak proper English, and you may say lip up and say a cuss word every now and then, but you try to not what? Take the Lord's name in vain. I try not to swear to God either. I was told that's the same thing growing up. Swear to Bob. Even when I was, in the dregs of society or whatever, I still didn't swear to God. I just didn't. So I was brought up. I get popped, told about myself being sassy. All that being said, my whole point is someday, not saying today, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm there yet. Someday, I would like to be an example for someone that's like I was back when. If you know what I'm saying, not too eloquently, I might add. But you know, that's my ultimate goal. If one person says, "Oh God, I am worth it," He really does love me, even when I can't love myself. Even when I don't think I'm worthy, God knows I'm worthy. you know, if you know, you know. If I can do that for one person, it's a success, right? Just like it shared my story in the beginning, and even now, my dorky story of when I was at Tasty Freeze and the Asplund guy that was creepy, and I was right about the creepiness. But and the point ain't being right or wrong. So many people get hung up on that nowadays. Man, it's about loving each other and growing and being a better person today than I was yesterday. Or trying not to be judgmental because we all get caught up in that. That's like saying you're not judgmental is like saying to somebody of color that it's all good. I'm not like that. I don't see color. Shit, you're the worst one because you don't really realize what you do. Or you're adept at hiding what you do. One of the two. Why do I say that? What color car you drive? What color is the interior? Color's your hair. Point proven. That's one of those little white lies that we tell ourselves, I think. In my opinion. Yes, I am getting my things together. Let me see if I can read what anybody said. Oh, you keep spamming the chat with that. I've seen it. Or maybe it's stuck. It's stuck. Uh, they're pretty shitty people, though. Okay, guys, I really want to check on my ride. I'm kind of getting worried because they have texted several times and should be here by now. And I'm sealing plastic on that window so I can seal it up. That's why part of the reason I'm going to be gone. Don't think there's nobody here. My family's still right across the road. And my next door neighbors, both of them's dogs, are still really ugly, vicious creatures. Hell, they try to bite me, and I ain't even coming outside. But anyway, I love you guys. I will put up a post to let people know that I made it to my destination safe, if you guys would like. Um, Here's my last little tidbit about my joy in Christ. Okay, um, that I walk around looking like I swallowed a coat hanger. After I get filled with the Word and prayer. I think they're here. I think I heard them pulling in. And it's a joy in my spirit. Just like when I was sick and I had that dream, I wouldn't have got it back then that I got now. I had the dream that my son came to me in the dream. And he told me to fight, that it wasn't my time yet. I wasn't going yet, right? But that they were going to be there waiting for me. And this beautiful light was behind him. It was gorgeous. And you know what I got from that? I don't know about nobody else in the whole wide world, but guess what? My baby's in heaven waiting on me. My son is in heaven waiting on me. That's the message I heard. Besides the fact, it's not your time yet. I have something left to do yet. Okay. Gotta go. My ride is here. Oh, Sudoku. Gotta go, y'all. I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on. Oh, come on, phone. Sorry, my phone's locking up. I got to go. My ride is here. Peace, love, and that bright light. I will let y'all know. Look in the community tab or post section. Peace, love, and light. I got to go, y'all. Sorry.